What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to some Dungeon Defenders 2. I am here on the Power Surge Prime Incursion. This one, of course, rolled out for us last week. It has an enemy scaling in between floor 103 and 104 difficulty, and for veteran players, they are just completely steamrolling this map. Now, newer players, of course, have been having their challenges. However, it does not take a completely fine-tuned set of gear to complete this map, especially if you're willing to play with a friend, or if you have a friend you play with regularly. This map can be done very, very easily. Now, a few important things to note on this map. As you see right there, the map rule, towers remain for 25 seconds once placed. So any tower you place down is going to be there for 25 seconds. Now, this makes it very important to build the map in a pattern and stick with that pattern. As a lot of you all saw me doing during live streams, I chose this pattern, and it allowed me to know exactly what tower was going to disappear when. So I placed them in that order. I know that this one is going to be the first defense to disappear, and I can just easily place another down right on top of it as soon as that individual defense goes away. Now remember, to save a little mana, you can also hop in and sell some of those defenses. So of course you're going to get a reduced amount of mana back after the main build phase. However, you can sell your defenses if you're having a problem with mana conservation. Now, this is a Chaos 7+ difficulty map, so of course it has got assassins. Assassins are really, I think, what is causing the majority of problems for most people. Now, there's a few easy counters to assassins you can use right off the gates. If you're a single player, the Sparkle Party ability that will roll on any Gato pet, no matter what it is just amazing for assassin removal. As you see, it dazzles nearby enemies for 1000% magic hero damage and stuns them for 5 seconds. So of course, the second an assassin pops on you or multiples are on you in the area, you can just pop your Sparkle Party and that will stun all of the assassins that are around you and allow you to easily escape. Now, if you are playing this map with a friend, in my opinion, one of the easiest builds you could do is have one party member building on a monk and another party member on an EV2. And if the two made their lanes look something like this, you're going to have a pretty easy time dealing with those assassins, as if every lane had a proton beam, it's going to be very easy to get instant assassin removal just by running back and forth in the proton beam itself. This can be done very easily with 2 players. I don't really suggest anyone do any character swapping to get this done. When you're doing the character swapping, of course, you've got that 4-second delay when the map is running, and that's going to cause problems with trying to get your defenses down in the proper order. So if one person builds with proton beams and also has a DPS EV2, and another person builds with auras and has a DPS monk, then you're good to go without any hero swapping, making the map just extremely easy. Now, what is the upside of the 25-second towers? Well, that is towers get a huge buff. They get a defense power buff and a defense speed buff. Now, what this means is your defenses are not going to be doing anywhere near their normal damage. They're going to be blowing it out of the water just at tier 1. Now, what this also means with the attack speed buff is there is no need for a defense rate shard. So if we look at my Skyguards, for example, of course I've got to put that defense rate shard in there to get down to the speed caps. If I remove that shard altogether and throw down a Skyguard, you're going to see I'm still at the attack rate cap, and that is because you get a speed boost as well as that damage boost, guaranteeing that you won't need that shard. Now, what this means is you can stack more damage, so you no longer need defense rate. This would allow you to do things like double stack destruction and mass destruction. Say you don't have mass destruction, it would allow you to stack destruction and vampiric empowerment, for example, and still keep that absolutely incredible range that you would get with deadly strikes. So very important to go through your shards and make sure you're set up for the map, particularly if you're going to farm it, as it is a very nice farm map with the right setups. Now, one other important thing to note, the map has been kind of catered towards the Dryad as a builder. Way back in the day when this incursion was quite relevant and was farmed quite frequently, the Dryad was in her heyday, and this particular map was quite the challenge using a Dryad. So in response to that, then Trendy made it so that Dryad trees do not disappear. Meaning if you wanted to build on the Dryad, you could just block the lanes up with trees, and those trees will remain through the entirety of the map and do not fall into that 25-second rule. Now, obviously bees were the stuff back in the day. Bees can still get it done, but bees are not going to be your best combo. What you can do, though, is use these trees to buy yourself a little additional time and combine that with the build that you're already using. Now, obviously, you want to have lots of damage back on your trees, and to be quite honest, you can expect your trees to take quite the pummeling, as these are floor 103 to 104 difficulty mobs. They are going to beat up your trees, no doubt about it. However, you do get the luxury of having those trees permanent there, giving you a permanent wall throughout the remainder of the map. Now, of course, this is a choice that you could make. Of course, then you would also get the other benefits that come along with the trees, such as all of that bad boy healing and the additional crit, and your hero is going to put out more overall DPS. Now, to me, as I mentioned earlier, I really think the sweet spot for farming this map would be 2 players. 2 players, you're only going to get 20% additional health scaling. The mobs aren't going to be super difficult, and it's going to be very easy for 2 people to cover the 3 lanes. Doing that 2-player build, I would just strongly suggest someone go with either Flame Auras or Flame and Destructive Pylon combo like I'm doing, with the 2nd player doing the Proton Beams. That is going to be just such an easy peasy build that's going to allow you to blast through and really farm this map, that I just had to throw that out there and suggest it to people. So if you have any questions or comments about Power Surge, don't forget to let me know down below, and I'll do my best to get any of those answered. This particular map did close out Prime number 3, so next week, of course, we have Prime number 4 to look forward to, and we'll be getting the first map from that region. So thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to click that like button and please subscribe. I will be back soon with more Dungeon Defenders 2. Thanks again. I'll see you next time.